how many $1 million contributions have you had tonight?
I haven't had not one of those.
You got one now, buddy.
Oh yes, sir. We got a million over here. we got a million. We got a million from Mr. Jones.
Texas native and NFL wide receiver Des Bryant helped raise more than $2 million for Harvey victims last night at AT&T Stadium in Dallas. The man on the other end of the phone line, of course, was Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones. Jones pledged $1 million. The Cowboys held a telethon after their game against the Houston Texans was canceled.
Families have lost their homes, so I really just hope, they can see that we're here for them, and we want them to be back on their feet as soon as possible.
Bryant himself has donated $50,000 to relief efforts.
Thank you, Mr. Bryant. Mr. Jones, those are just some of the donations pouring in from across the country to the flood victims. The White House says that President Trump is pledging $1 million of his personal funds to the recovery effort. Celebrities and businesses are also stepping up. Houston's Texan star, that's J.J. Waters, raised more than $13 million for the city through crowdfunding. And he only wanted to raise $200,000 at the beginning, and he put in $100,000 to kick it off. So go, J.J. Walmart will donate up to $20 million, including up to $10 million for Red Cross shelters.
But many Americans have many questions about which organizations will provide the most help. There are also concerns about charity scams. Fortune's digital editor Andrew Nusca is here. And Andrew, good morning.
Good morning.
Everybody wants to help. All kinds of charities are popping up online. You're getting emails. How do you know who's who, what's what, and who's legit? It's impossible to tell sometimes.
What do you do, right? The options are overwhelming, right? Well, you could go national or you could go local. That's the first place to start, right? So national, you've got great organizations working in Houston. AmeriCares, you got Heart to Heart, you got United Way. I really like Team Rubicon. They send in military veterans. Very cool. But then there are also these local options, right?
You didn't mention the Red Cross and the national organization.
That's
Did
true.
You do that on purpose?
No, but they are there. But everybody knows the Red Cross, right? I want to highlight some of the ones that people don't know as well. The local ones, though, of course, who's going to know those? But they're really, really important, and they're really plugged in on the ground. So you've got certainly the city's relief fund, right, that the mayor's set up. You've got I really like the Texas Diaper Bank. They make sure that diapers go to displaced children. And you've got Feeding Texas. Of course, people need food.
What's great about the local ones is that they're going to be there months, years after this tragic event is over, because they are there, and that's part of their job, as opposed to the national ones who come in and then they have other priorities.
Well, that's the tough thing about, the Red Cross and other organizations. Look, they cover all of these kinds of disasters, and if you give to them, yeah, it's going to be used for one of those purposes, but it might not actually go to Houston, right? So if you want to get your money there, definitely go for a local organization.
Do you prefer local over national in general?
I like that they're focused, right? These are smaller organizations. They don't have huge marketing budgets. They can't really afford to be calling out and working on the ground at the same time. So I think they're the ones who need the help.
You also say to do research, because there's administrative cost that these folks have to spend on, and you want to keep those numbers down.
That's right. That's right.
Where do you research this? How do you find out?
Well, look, it's silly as it sounds. It's like just the same as buying a vacuum cleaner, right? You got to do your homework. So you got to look and take a look at the reviews and figure out if the organizations that you're looking for, you can vouch for them, right? So the Better Business Bureau, great reviews there. There's a company called Charity Watch that makes sure to review those organizations. All great choices.
And people always want to send stuff, Andrew. You don't seem to be a fan of sending stuff. We look at it on the video, and there's piles of things, and I often wonder, how are they going to sort through that and how are they going to distribute it? You don't like sending stuff. Why?
No, well, when you talk to first responders, they go, it's really nice that America wants to send us their stuff. But one, we can't really deal with it. And two, we can't get it where we need it most, So what I've been encouraged by is, of course, sending money is the best, not cash, but just funds. Then they can use them as they want. And then there's also been this more interesting thing recently with wish lists, Amazon wish lists for your own gifts. Well, some organizations have partnered with the company to basically say, here's what we need, like a wedding registry. I like that.
Stay off the cash. Kind of obvious as to why, right?
Right. Don't stuff money in envelopes. Probably not a great way. It's also not good for your taxes.
Okay. All right, Andrew Nusca, very glad to have you at the table today.